Hello crafters, it's Janet Ayala with the Card Loft today, and I am getting ready to show you how to make some beautiful cards using this stamp set right here. We're going to be using Celebrate Sunflowers. We will be using the stamp set and the dies. I have it all inside here for now, but these will be the dies here that we're going to use. We're going to use this little twig here. We're going to use the cutout for the sunflower. We're going to use the small sunflower as well, and the leaves. So we'll have those to cut out from our stamp set. And also, I have also used the sentiments that I've already put on blocks here for us to use. Okay. All right. So let's get started. We are getting ready to. Again, we're using the same stamp set. This one is found in your catalog. And again, if somebody does not have a catalog, please make sure to get a hold of me so that I can get you a copy of this wonderful, wonderful book. It's full of so many beautiful displays of cards and all of the products that you will need for today's card as well, or any other cards that you would like to, any other projects you would like to make. Okay, so the stamp set is here on page 13, and you'll be able to get the stamp set by itself if you wanted to, or if you want to get the bundle. So you will look here for your bundle price, and if you get the bundle, you get a 10% discount. Okay, this is also a stamp set you can get for free this month only, the month of June 2020. If you would like to become a Stampin' Up demonstrator, you don't have to do what I'm doing classes or doing any YouTube channels or anything. You can just become a demonstrator just so that you can get the products at a discount, which is 20% off. Then that will be great. You could do that as well, and then if you choose, you can get this stamp set for free that we're going to be working on today. Okay. All right. So I got this idea from a couple of demonstrators. I've seen some do one aspect of this technique, and then I saw another do another aspect of the technique, and I kind of combined both of those together, and I created these cards. I think they're just stunning cards. They have been created with that same stamp set, and I'm going to show you the concept here. Basically what I have done is, if you can tell, I took a big paper, a regular cardstock size paper, and I basically just put all the stamp sets together. It's like a puzzle. Put all the stamps, not the stamps, yeah, the stamp set prints, the flowers. I put them all together into like a T shape, and then I basically cut it right in the middle, and then lay them on my cards. So out of this set that we're making today, we're actually going to be able to make 4 cards. I thought this was so awesome, so cool. Amazing. I love it. So what I did is, I'm going to be making it a little bit different than this one. I'm going to be adding a brown, or not brown, but early espresso, sorry, early espresso card behind. So I'm going to make this a little smaller so that I can fit that early espresso in the back, because I think that'll make it pop much more than this one is. Okay, so that's the only thing I'm going to try to do a little bit different on this one, on the one that we're doing today. Okay, so I've cut this card here. I've cut it at 10. So 10 is the long ways, 10 by 7.5. Okay, so it's 10 this way, 7.5 this way, so that we could have our basic layout for our card. Okay, then we're going to take some of our flowers. I've already stamped some of them, but I'm going to do one here with you. I've done a couple of things already on them. So let's move this paper because I don't want to get it messed up, full of ink. And we're going to use our Stampin' Blends, or actually these are my blendabilities. I still have some blendabilities from when we used to have the blendabilities. So When these run out, then I will get some Stampin' Blends. But for now, since they're still good, I will be using these. And so I already did this middle part. You can do it with Mellow Mambo. You can do it. This one is an old color, Peekaboo. I think it's Peekaboo Peach. You could do it with Chris Cantaloupe if you still have that, or Calypso Coral. You can do it the center part just so that it can have a kind of darker look. That's what I did here. This is the ending product. So if you can see, I have that darker color in the middle there, like kind of reddish. So it gives it that color. And now I'm going to use my two yellows, which are Crushed Curry. And I'm going to go ahead and color, not Crushed Curry. These are Daffodil Delight. Daffodil Delight. I'm going to use the darker first for the center part, and then I'm going to use the lighter as we go out into the flower. Okay, so I've let this dry up a little bit here so that it just kind of, so I'm just kind of stroking across, not really trying to make any type of pattern, just stroking across like this. And just kind of like making it kind of flaky at the tips. So it's not like any type of pattern there. It doesn't pick up any pattern. And if you can see, we're starting to make our color rich with our blending markers. Okay, these are alcohol based, so they're going to blend our colors here. And as they stay on there a little longer, you'll see the colors kind of like blend together and make the deep colors in the middle of the flower that we're looking for. Okay, so I kind of just left one flower for us to do together so that you can see how to do this. Okay, so basically that's the center. So we've got that part, and then I'm going to take the lighter Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to go all the way to the ends of the tips. So now I'm going to go in all the way out. So you just fill in the rest of the stuff, and we're kind of blending that old color you just put up there, the darker one. We're kind of blending it with the lighter color so that it will give us this lighter look at the tips that we want. Okay, so we want lighter color at the tips, darker colors in the inside. And if you saw how we did the the darker color, the deeper color in the center, we did the same thing. We kind of did little strokes, so it doesn't have any type of pattern. It just follows no type of pattern at all. So okay, so we just continue to do this all around. I'll continue to do this, blend the colors together, and stroke both of them, going up towards the tip of the flower, and we just continue to bring them together here at the ends. Okay, so now you can see my flower is starting to take a little form. In my other flowers that I did before, I covered kind of the whole center part of the flower. In this one, I kind of just left the dots to just be not colored, if you can tell that. I kind of just left them not colored, but in these, I colored the whole center, and then I used my chalk marker to make the little dots in the center. Okay, so you can do that as well if you want to, or you can do what I'm going to do with these today, which is just color and leave that spot in the middle without being used. Okay, so now I'm going to use my crumb cake. I'm going to use the lighter one for the outside part of the flower, the lighter one here for this whole outside part. You can go all the way around the flower, all the way around, And then in the center, we're going to do the lighter on the outside, and in the center, we're going to do the darker one. Okay. I think this is the reason why they had to get rid of blendabilities, because they weren't shedding very well. But I try to always just make sure that I shut them completely. All right, so now we're just going to go in the center, and if you can tell, I'm just going to leave those little dots in the middle. I'm going to leave them exposed so that we can see them. You can see them in the center there. Okay, so that's how I made my flower. Basically, we can do the same thing here. Let me do this one first. And this is for a little part, little flowers. We're going to do the center same way. Crumb cake light on the outside. And on the inside, we're going to do crumb cake darker. Of the two colors, the darker. And darker on the inside. And then we're just going to leave those little polka dots in the center exposed so that you can see them through the and then on this one you can either, I did a little bit of the peekaboo peach there. You can do any color you want, like a lot of people are using mellow mambo in the center there, and then I'm just gonna stroke it all the way out. Now these have the leaves, and the leaves I did with my old olive. I did the leaves with my old olives. I used the dark marker to color the center part where the leaves is a little bit darker. So I used that darker one for that, and then I used the lighter to color the rest of the leaf. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take my darker first. So darker marker, and we're gonna kind of just stroke these center pieces, kind of stroke them with the marker. And then we're going to take the lighter and do the rest of the leaf. Kind of blending it together to make it completely green. Okay? So that is our flowers that we're getting ready to use on our card. Okay, so let's put these on the side. I will be using some little green leaves as well. I am going to use the Stamparatus. I use the Stamparatus to do this activity. If you do not have a Stamparatus, this is one awesome machine, I call it, because it's just it's so efficient. It helps you to get things done faster, much quicker, and much more productive. So I'm just going to get a scrap, and what I do is I put it here like that, okay, and then I close my Stamparatus and let it press there and bring it up. And so when I come down, it just falls right in place. You see that? Then I'm going to use my Memento because I am using blends. I'm going to use my Memento to make my leaves. Okay, and I will just bring it over and press. If I'm not very happy with that depths of black, I can just continue to press. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of here. You can take it out, put it on the next one, and do the same thing. Stamp. I'm stamping kind of upside down and press. Okay, and we're going to stamp and press so I can get a little better impression. Okay, and take it out. We'll do the same thing. Stamp, press, stamp and press. think I'll use maybe 4 of these. Let's bring it back down. We're gonna put it there. Let's do the same thing. Maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. I'll just make a few of them to make sure. And again, these we're going to make darker in the middle with our darker blendabilities and lighter on the outside. Okay. This is a good thing to do when you have a lot of things to do and you're trying to do like a assembly line type of thing. These are perfect. Stamparatus are perfect for that. And then I just take the stamp and put it on my my cleaning mat there. Okay, so let's put this away. We are done with our Stamparatus. And what we're going to do is we're going to color these. So I'm going to use these 2 colors again. And I will use the darker for the center and the lighter for the, so I just go down the middle like this. Just kind of brush it through like that. And then I'm going to brush this through for the rest of the leaf. Okay, for the lighter. Kind of just blend it together and bring it on here, blend it together. Supposed to kind of let it dry a little bit longer, but I didn't wait. But we still have the same effect, so I think I should be good. Okay, so you see that leaf? All right, I'm gonna do the rest of these leaves and I'll be right back. So I think I got my leaves now. I am ready to assemble my card. I've already made all of my flowers for my cards, and the big ones and the small ones, the same way I just showed you earlier. Okay, and then if you can see on the card, I also have this little kind of twig looking thing here. On each of these, so I also have already cut those out to place in my card. And then I've already cut out my sentiments. I actually cut them out of this is early espresso paper, and I embossed it white with embossing powder. Okay, so basically that's what I did for my sentiments. Okay. So let's put these on the side here real quick. By the way, this is my code for the month of June. If you're interested in getting this stamp set, that will be a great thing to do. If you wanted to get it, you could use this code when you're ready to check out, so that you can use it for your order. Okay. If you have an order that is $150 or more, then don't use the code. Make sure you just use your own information. Even though they ask you for the code, don't put it on there. And then you should just be able to place your order like just like that. Okay, so this is what I did. I put my 2 flowers here on 2 sides. Put 2 flowers on this side. I kind of put leaves behind here. A leaf here. I'm just kind of arranging this somehow so that it looks like realistic, really. And then put a leaf here and a leaf here. Okay, we can put another leaf here. Put another leaf on this side. Don't have to have a leaf on all of them. You can just put a leaf anywhere, really. This one, we can put a leaf here. Okay. And then we will use our littlest flowers. Put one here. Put one here. Middle, put one here and here. Okay, so basically that's our pattern. I didn't use all of them. That will be our pattern. So now what I need to do is adhere all of these down on this cardstock. Vanilla, this is actually this vanilla, very vanilla. I'm going to adhere all of them on this cardstock, and then I'll be able to, let me get these off, and I'll put them on top when I'm ready. Okay, then I'll be able to make sure that it is adhered. Okay, so we're going to turn it to this back, put a little glue on there. I put a little glue here, just a little bit, and press. Put a little glue on this side and press. Okay. And then I'll do the same thing here. Put glue on this all around and press. Now I have sticky fingers. Let's see, make sure you're seeing this. Okay, and then I just kind of lift these up and just put a little dab of glue underneath it, because it doesn't need a lot of glue. Just a little dab of glue and just press. Okay, and then this one, same thing. We're going to put a little glue on it, press, lift it up, a little glue, press, a little glue, press. And then here the same thing, some glue, and press it down. You can actually do this with any of the stamp sets that have a big flower or a big image. You should be able to do this this with. Okay, but as soon as I saw this, I said, oh, I have got to do this. That I've been wanting to do this with other stamp sets, but I have not been able to. So this is my chance. All right, I'll put this here. I'll put this one here. And this one here. Okay, so now I'm going to continue making this area here. This side. And then let's do the center. All right. So I think we're good. So basically what you want to make is kind of like a T with your images. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my cutter, my trimmer, and I am going, this is here, this is what is it, 7.5, so I need to cut it at 3 3/4, 3 3/4 right here. So that would be the middle, 3 3/4. And if I can't go all the way through it, then I will just get my scissors and try to cut the rest of it. Okay, so basically I just press down, completely go up and down, and that's half of our card. Okay, and then you can press down here at 5, measure 5, do the same thing. We'll press down completely, back and forth, so we get it, and there we go. We have 2 cards there, and then we're going to do the same thing here. Cut at 5, cut at 5, come across and over. Yeah, and we got our cards, guys. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I've already cut out my early espresso that I want to use, and I'm going to put this on top of this, basically. Okay, so it'll kind of pop, and then this one on top of our regular very vanilla cardstock. So yeah, so it kind of pops, it brings it all out. Okay, and then we're just put our sentiment on top right there, and I'm probably going to put a little twine there to tie in the corner, and that should be our card, guys. I just love these sunflowers and the layouts, how they come out. So beautiful. Do you think they're beautiful? I think they're gorgeous. These this sunflower stamp set is stunning. Okay. All right, so let's glue this on here. A little bit of trim there. I kind of just like to flip it over, kind of press. And then we'll do the same thing here. We're gonna put glue on it. Turn it around and press to make sure it's in place. Okay. All right. So this one's done, guys. All right, let's do the same thing here with these. And like I said, that makes 4 cards, so it's not like you did all that work and then you only end up with 1 card. You'll get 4 cards, which is worth it. Okay, and this stamp set we have, you can make a thank you one. Let's celebrate you is another one. I know that you are loved is another one. Oh, I forgot to put it on the back. Hold on here. Let's put some on the back of this one. Early Espresso. If you wanted to use black instead of Early Espresso, that would also work. I think it would match really well. I did stamp it with black ink with the mementos, so the black would also work on this case. I think it would work. Okay. All right. Let's do the same thing here. And then I actually put those sentiments on there with some dimensionals, so they will pop a little bit out. And you can see them really well. So I'll be doing that. I embossed one of them and it didn't come out very well, so I'm gonna be short one. I'll just have to make it later. But for now, you can use the ones we have that are good. And then I'll emboss the other one later, because one of them didn't come out right. Okay. So anyone who orders $50 on my page right here at this page, if you order $50 or more, I will send you a couple of these cards. I've made a few already. Okay, so that'll be a little treat if you can get yourself your hands on some of these. Okay, so I fussy cut my sentiments already, and I'm going to use my take your pick tool to grab these. I have these little things, the covers everywhere. Fussy cut those. I fussy cut my sentiments, so all we have to do is basically put it on our card. Okay, so here it is. Thanks a bunch. Beautiful. Okay. And let's do Thanks a Bunch again. Here we go. Thanks a bunch. We do. I do Thanks a Bunch. I did Thanks a Bunch twice because I use a lot of thank you cards all the time. So I kind of did two of the same. But you can put any sentiments on these that you want. It doesn't have to be the ones just that are found on the actual stamps. There was this one we didn't use at all. If you can see, when I embossed this, it kind of like smeared. So that's why I'm not going to be able, but I was going to put one like this here. I'll just put this one, the little tiny one. I'll put this one, and then I'll make another one later for the last one. Oops, that's upside down. Don't want that. Awesome. So now I'm gonna get some linen thread, and what I do is I just double it. I usually like to make double bows. So double it, I loop it, bring it to the back, bring it over and under. And we have ourselves a bow, a pretty, pretty bow. Okay. Basically, I just cut it here. I got my snips, cut it there. Good. And then I'm gonna use some of these leftover glue dots that I got from a paper pumpkin kit. And I'm gonna put it, let's see where I wanna put it here. Take it off. And we'll put it there. Okay. There. Okay, we could probably put it somewhere else if you wanted to. But basically that's our cards, guys. I think these are really, really cute. These will be very productive because you make more than one at a time, and you'll be able to make a few greetings on these that you may want to pick from, instead of just the one card that we usually make when we make a stamps when we make a card. Okay, so that's it. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you would like to make one of these. That would be awesome. I saw a lady making it, making the whole card like this, and then, but it was just stamping. She was stamping the whole 8.5 by 11 card, and then she was cutting. She cut it. Then I saw another lady doing it where she was cutting the flowers and cut the paper in half. Okay, but I said I just wanted to mix those two things together, and so that's how I ended up figuring to make it this way. Okay, and we'll tie this one here. This is our last one. We can decorate the inside as well, and decorate our envelopes that go with it to match. Yep, that is something we can do, so that it'll have a matching envelopes. And you can just put the little sunflowers on the back of it, just like I did the other one. I don't know if you remember, I did this one the other day. This one with the embossing folder, the bricks and mortar embossing folder. I don't know if you can see that. But this is probably what I'm going to do on these envelopes. I just stamped the flower on there. And this is a small flower. And basically I stamped it this way, and then I closed it and stamped it that way, so that I could have, and then I stamped it in the front, so that I could have it matching for the set. I also made this one with the same flower, and this I used the brick and mortar, but this is on the denim kind of paper that we got from the I think this is Misty Moonlight or Midnight Moonlight. I forgot the name of the color. But it is that color, and it's been embossed. I embossed it with the brick and mortar. I embossed it with that one. Oh, here we go. Okay, so there are our cards, all done, looking so beautiful. I will put the actual one here. No, the actual message right there. For the last one, since mine kind of messed up, but that will probably go right there with another bow. Okay, all right, thanks so much for coming, and I hope that you can join the fun. If you do place an order at my online store right here for $50 or more, I will send you a set of these. Okay, hope you like it, and I hope you get to make it. And if you do, tag me on your post, wherever, on Instagram. I'm on Instagram or on Facebook. All right, thanks for coming. Bye. God bless you. Bye-bye.